University of Cape Town rejected me with 42 APS points. Well, the reasons are welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the general show. I hope you enjoyed the previous episode. So, someone DM'd me, they wanted to know the specific story of how I got rejected so many times, right? But I'll tell you the do's and the don'ts of it, and then I'll also explain how exactly you can get yourself in a better position as opposed to how I was rejected the first time, right? So, fast forward to now, I've written my final exams in matric, and then I've passed. I checked my marks. It's like 42 APS points or something, right? Then in my head, I'm like, oh, this is perfect. There's no way anyone is gonna say no to me. But the thing is, as I mentioned in the previous video, I was unprepared. I'd applied to as little as possible varsities because I thought that there's no way Bongani is not making it, right? But little did I know the stats that are standing in front of me in terms of applying for medical school and the rejection rate, right? I think it's at like 85% or something like that. So let me backtrack, give you the important stuff first so you can understand as I go. Number one, horrible grade 11 marks. Ne? Well, not horrible, but then they were like 70 percentile, but they were bad as an introductory mark for varsity, right? So the main reasons why I got rejected, ne? Number one, my NBT. I wrote my NBT late. The application form said before September or something like that. I wrote mine in October. So number one, it was late application. Specifically, I'm talking about Cape Town. I wrote in October. Number two, about the very same NBT. My math mark didn't come out so high, but then my English mark came up very high, which didn't bode well for me because it literally meant I wasn't as proficient, aka proficient, as they make it out to be, right? My third reason, right, is I rewrote my NBT, thinking that if I rewrite it, it's gonna cancel out the first ones. But I didn't read the fine print of the NBT, which states that an NBT is valid for 2 years before you can rewrite and cancel out the previous marks, right? So that didn't bode well for me. And then lastly, I didn't completely attach all of my documents there. If you look at my application, while thinking about it now, it was a horror show because at some point I hadn't submitted my parents' information, something was missing, my mid-year grade 12 report was missing. It was all a mess, but essentially that's what it was. They rejected me, and understandably so. So if you don't want to be like me, who thought that he was going to be on the beautiful Sarah Batman hallway, walking around, gallivanting, enjoying medical school, and sleeping on that beautiful manicured lawn in Cape Town, please do the following things. Number one, have a very high APS score for you because it bodes well. You're not the only one competing for those 200 spots to be accepted into first year, right? And also there are those that do additional subjects and so forth. So get as high of an APS points allocation as you can. Number two, please do extracurricular activities because what that does is you become better than the next candidate with the exact same marks. I promise you, it's very rare that you're the smartest student ever applying for a module. So there are probably 20, 30, 40 people with the same, if not better marks than you. So do the extramural activities so that your CV is more beneficial to yourself. 3, I feel is very important. Do job shadowing as early as grade 10 because that'll teach you or give you a hindsight of what exactly it is to be a doctor if you're willing to do it and the pros and cons. You can do it with a private doctor or you can go to a hospital and go see the real thing. But just do as much job shadowing as possible. Then please submit your documents on time, meet the minimum requirements on time, and then also ensure that you're always updating. For instance, if you've submitted your grade 11 report, submit your first term grade 12, second term grade 12, third term grade 12, so that when the final one comes in, it's either you're already provisionally accepted or you have leeway where you're able to negotiate, right? And then the last one, guys, please make sure you apply to as many universities as possible where there's medicine offered. Please like, comment, share, subscribe.